everybody. Hope everyone's having a good week. Today is Thursday, February 18th, I believe. And I just wanted to do an update because I am now 3 days post 5-day embryo transfer. Sorry I haven't updated in a little while, and I still haven't even gotten my egg retrieval video up yet, as I had been feeling pretty bad, and then on top of that I kind of got a cold the day before transfer, so haven't been feeling great. Today I woke up feeling really good, both physically and emotionally. I'm just kind of in a happy mood, and the weather here in Tennessee is really pretty today. It's hitting 60 and it's really sunny, so that has definitely improved my mood. But I guess I just wanted to do a quick video to kind of update everyone how the I did an egg retrieval video, so I'll leave that there, but how the embryo transfer went and how I'm feeling, and the number of embryos that we got to freeze, and any symptoms that I'm feeling or anything like that. So our transfer was on Monday morning, and it was a 5-day transfer. The procedure went great, and I was in and out of there within an hour and a half, I think, so not long at all. Before the actual procedure, the embryologist came in and kind of told us about our embryos, which we really didn't have any idea about, because the last voicemail I got from the clinic the Friday prior was just that we had several embryos that were developing as they should, and that we will do a 5-day transfer. And the number before that was that I had 17 fertilized eggs. So I didn't know what several embryos, like what that number meant, if it was just a couple or, quite a few. So, met with the embryologist, and they ended up just wanting to transfer one embryo, which I knew ahead of time that would probably be the case, since I'm under the age of 35 and we have unexplained infertility. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm still struggling with this cold. And our embryo was a grade 4AA, and they did not need to do the assisted hatching, and it looked very good. They said it was a beautiful embryo, which they probably tell that to everybody that goes in there, but it made me feel better. And she said that we did have 15 embryos still in the culture, and that we had one to freeze day 5, but she thought that we may have one more that we could freeze on day 6. So I was actually kind of bummed out, because I thought we would have a lot more embryos to freeze than that. And then I know that when you thaw embryos out, they don't always continue to develop, or some don't survive the thawing process. And I was just really bummed that I didn't want to go through the whole stemming process again, because it was kind of rough on me, or the embryo retrieval, or the egg retrieval was, not this, actual medications. They were fine. So had the procedure. Seth got to go in there with me, and he actually got to look in the microscope and see our little MB baby before they put it in. And they basically just put you, you're on your bed, they wheel you in on, and they tilt you back where your head's below heart level, I guess, and insert the embryo with the catheter. You don't feel anything, or at least I did. It was just pressure, like what you feel when you have a like a pelvic exam. So a piece of cake. They do, or my clinic has you take a Valium about 30 minutes before the procedure, not only to relax you, but to relax your uterus, because they want everything just to be relaxed and receptive. So I had the Valium, and when the procedure was done, they checked the catheter tube to make sure that the embryo didn't stick to the tube. So she did clear that there was no embryo left in the tube, and that was it. And they moved me back to my room, and the protocol at our clinic is they leave you kind of tilted back with your legs propped up for 30 minutes after the transfer. So did that, and the only bad thing about the whole procedure is that you have to have a painfully full bladder while they do this, because they're not using a transvaginal ultrasound like they usually do for the things that you go in there for. They're having to use an abdominal ultrasound, and they're having to press it right on top of your full bladder so that they can visualize your uterus that way. So that's the toughest part, is your full bladder getting pressed on for the full 15 minutes that I was in there. But you get to go to the bathroom after, and then you're sent on your way home, and they ask that you just take it easy for 24 hours after. Not strict bed rest, but just stay in the house and be a couch potato. Don't do any like exercising or lifting. Just chill out. And so that's what I did. I just chilled out for that day. And I am kind of worried because, like I said, I caught a cold the day before transfer. So I've been coughing. And I know that sounds stupid, but it really makes me worry, like maybe the contracting, like when you cough, is going to cause an issue with implantation. But I've Googled my little heart out, and I haven't found anything that says that could happen. But, you know, still on my mind, I guess. So, the day after embryo transfer, which would be Tuesday morning, I did get a call from our IVF lab, who told us that they were actually able to freeze 5 of our embryos total. So I guess some of the stragglers pulled through overnight and turned into grade A or grade B blastocyst, and they were able to freeze them. So that was a big relief. That way we have a few more MBs if this one doesn't work, that we can do a frozen transfer with, or, you know, later on if we want to get pregnant again if this cycle does work. So that's what happened with the embryo transfer. And like I said, this is Thursday, so I'm officially 3 days past transfer. The only symptoms I've had pretty much every day is like the first day I had some menstrual like cramps, and then yesterday I had some as well. And then today I've had a little bit, and then I kind of keep getting like this weird burning sensation in my back, which I don't know if I just slept funny last night or what that is, but I'm getting just little cramps here or there, and then they'll go away. And my lower tummy feels kind of full and bloated, kind of like, you know, before you're about to start your period is basically how I feel. My boobs have been really sore, but they got sore before egg retrieval, and they were super sore yesterday or the day before. Like when I took my bra off, like it was physical pain, like hurt. But today I woke up and they're not that sore anymore, just a little bit. So I don't know if it's like the fluctuations with my medications, like the progesterone, and I also started the Vivel estrogen patch yesterday, so I'm thinking maybe that has something to do with it, not being so sore today, but I don't know. I am on the progesterone vaginal suppositories instead of the shots. I elected to do those instead, and I've been on those since 2 days after the egg retrieval, and they're not bad. I mean, they stay in place. There is a little bit of leakage, but it's not like a lot. You just wear a panty liner and you don't even notice it. And the other kind of gross thing about it is every day or two when you're in the shower, you have to this is a lot of information, so I'm sorry, but you have to dig the progesterone. When you push it in with the little, it looks like a tampon applicator. When you push it in, the progesterone's encapsulated like in some kind of something, you know, to keep it together. And then once the progesterone, you move around and it gets absorbed, it leaves the layer of stuff that's holding it together, because that stuff doesn't dissolve, and it feels like wet toilet paper. But you have to stick your fingers up into your vagina every day or two and scrape it out, which is gross. But that's really the only downer to it, because I would rather not take that gigantic needle like the injections are. So there's that. And then, like I said, I started the estrogen patch. I change it twice a week. I started it yesterday, and I will continue with both of those up until my pregnancy test. And if it's positive, then I will continue them up until 10 weeks of pregnancy, I think. But no injections or anything right now, which is really nice. And no real symptoms besides the cramping. And of course, I don't know if that's from progesterone or from the procedure, or if the little bean is implanting or not. I haven't had any spotting. or bleeding or anything like that. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on in there, but I mean, I feel good and I feel positive. I really think it's going to work. I've been having some pretty vivid, weird dreams lately, so we'll see. I did break down and buy some home pregnancy tests, and I know my nurse, and during the IVF class, they said not to test before you get your beta blood test. But I'm kind of a pee on a stickaholic, and I really just want to see those positive lines. And I think that if I can test and kind of brace myself, you know, if they're negative or the tests are acting funny, I can brace myself for the bad news, because I go back for my beta on the 26th, which is a week from tomorrow. So not far away at all, but me being the anxious, crazy person that I am, I just feel like if I wait it out and then I hear no next Friday, it didn't work, it will crush me. Whereas if I can test and kind of brace myself for that no, it won't be so bad. So I'm keeping the peeing on the stick a secret because Seth told me it was a bad idea. And I'm, of course, not going to get my hopes up. If I do get positives, I'm still not going to let myself get carried away, because your blood test can tell you a lot more than the pee on the stick things can. And if beta levels are too low, it can tell you, you know, if it's not going to happen, it's not going to stick, there might be something going on. So I won't let myself get carried away, I promise, but I just want to brace myself for the bad news, because I don't want it just to be a horrible thing. And I think I can also help brace Seth for the bad news if it keeps being negative as I test, because it will crush him, because I know his hopes. He's not someone to let his hopes get up. He's kind of a pessimist, a pessimistic person, and I'm more of an optimist. And but this time he's letting his hopes get up, so I can help him too, I think, if it ends up just all my tests being negative. So so I did take one today, because I did have a HCG trigger shot on the 8th. And I read that it can take up to 10 days for that to leave your system, depending on your dosage. So I did take a test today just to see if it was out of my system, and it did come back negative. So I know that that is out of my system. And I don't know if I'll take a test tomorrow. Tomorrow's day 4. I may wait until Saturday morning to take a test, and I may possibly be able to get a positive result if I am pregnant by the 5th, or on the starting with the 5th. I think tomorrow's still too early, but starting at the 5th, from then on out, I've been reading where sometimes it'll show up then. So I'll take a test Saturday morning, Sunday, Monday, and I'll be at a test then. I'll have to go reload. But that is pretty much everything new that's going on. I will show you a picture of our little Emby baby. Hold on a second. Let's see if I can find it. Like I said, I call her she, but I don't know. It was a 4AA grade, and she looked great. Let's see, there it is. Okay. This is, oh, there you are. That is our little Emby baby. Isn't she precious? The little dark bundle of cells in the middle, they told me, is what will become the baby. And then cells around it will become the placenta. So that's our little embryo. And then here is our ultrasound. I don't know if I can point this out very well, but this line right here is the where they shot the embryo out. That's the catheter, and then over here is where they expelled the embryo out of it. So that's kind of where it is in my uterus, so that's cool. But other than that, that's pretty much everything that's new going on. So I will give you guys an update maybe Saturday. Well, I won't be able to get away with making a video without Seth hearing me, I think. Maybe Monday I will do an update with the pregnancy test and let you know if I'm getting any positives or if they've all been negative, and so say a little prayer for us that it'll work and I will get some positives on the test this coming week or weekend, I guess. But that's it for now. So I will see you guys later. Bye.